Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Georgiemon and I'm your friendly neighborhood anime and manga fan. I love all things anime and all things manga, and I'm here today to talk about My Dress Up Darling chapter 97. So, what did I think about this week's chapter? To be honest, I thought this week's chapter was very fun, it was very sweet, and just an overall wholesome chapter, as well as it was very sweet, in the sense of we get to see Gojo finally feel relief that it's finally the comic day, and you also see Marin wearing the outfit. And she looked absolutely, beautiful, stunning, as usual. And it was just a pretty simple chapter, but I thought it was pretty effective in the sense of, it was just a payoff to pretty much Gojo's hard work. And I thought that it did a great job at delivering that. Now, before I go any further with this week's chapter, I just wanted to give you guys a quick reminder to make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you guys can be up to date with all my Dress Up Darling, as well as all my anime and manga content that I'll be providing in this channel. It really helps out a lot, and I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe to my YouTube channel. So if you guys could, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Now, with all that out of the way, let's get into this week's chapter. So how this week's chapter starts off is we actually pick up where we left off last time, which is, Marin and Gojo, they're at the comic convention, and it looks very lively. They're very happy. Gojo gets fully dripped out. He got the bomber jacket. And Marin, she looks like a goddess, like she always does, but specifically in this occasion because she's wearing, the Haniel cosplay, and it's just a overall very sweet and atmosphere. It's very chill, very cool. If you've ever been to any kind of convention, you already know the atmosphere there is very lively, and they're just seeing all these people getting pictures. They see a bunch of cosplayers, and like they're just having a blast. They're just having a good time, and Marin's just like, oh my god, there's a character there that. It's a character I used to watch as a kid, and it's just an overall very, chill atmosphere. And, everybody's having fun. And, Gojo's like, yeah, it seems like everybody's being bombarded. Like let's go to this, back area so we can take some pictures. Because, we want some more chill background. And as they go over there, it's a little cold. And Gojo's like, oh man, aren't you cold? Kitagawa, aren't you, cold? Because I'm freezing. And Marin's like, no way, dude. This is awesome. If anything, I'm feeling very warmed up. This is just the best. This outfit looks amazing. And, she's just praising Gojo's, hard work. And to me, it was very, fulfilling. And it was very satisfying. Especially, if you're Gojo hearing all this. Because you're, finally, all the conviction I had making this cosplay. And it paid off. I'm bearing, we all knew that the cosplay was going to be fantastic, but we also knew that Gojo was his worst enemy in the sense that he always pushes himself to his absolutely hardest, whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, and he likes to overextend himself and overwork himself to a T, and now that he doesn't, he gets to relax now. Pretty much, it's all said and done, and I think that Marin's compliments and the way that she was talking about the cosplay and how lovely and amazing it was, I think it really gave something precious to Gojo in the sense that he felt okay, yeah, I can finally relax, and I'm glad that you like it. It's fantastic. It looks perfect for you, and it's all culminating in a nice little ball. And you see that they're just chilling, and Marin's just like, thank you so much, I'm the luckiest girl in the world for wearing this cosplay. And it's just when she said that, my heart was melting. I was like, oh, so sweet, so adorable. Just get the two of you guys, just become a couple already, all right? You guys are so darn adorable. And you see this beautiful panel of just Marin smiling, and it's just very sweet. Like I said, this chapter was, very, when it comes down to it, they go to the convention, they have a good time, but it was a lot of little nuances like that, where you see just the relationship grow, and just how Marin and himself have evolved to this sort of a relationship where they can trust in each other, especially when Marin, when she's like, you made me my 7th amazing cosplay ever, and it's fantastic. You made me so many cosplays. I thank you so much. And yeah, it's just very sweet, seeing these two and their chemistry and why not. And as they're continuing on, we see that they're enjoying themselves. They're minding their business, and then eventually a photographer dude comes up to them, and they get bombarded by all these photographers. And at first they're like, oh, can we help you? Gojo's like, is there anything we can do, bro? And we see that pretty much the photographer dude starts explaining yeah, we'll like to take a picture of your cosplay, of the Haniel cosplay. I thought this was a line, we all came over here. And Marin's like, oh my god, you guys want pictures with me? And she starts fangirling, and it's amazing. Very humble, very, that's one thing of Marin. She's very humble, and she's just having a blast. She's like, I can't believe it, oh my god. And they started explaining like, how about if we do like a group picture where like a circular photo, I believe it's what it's called, and everybody takes a picture of her at the same time. They can like switch movements and stuff. I'm thinking something like like paparazzi on the red carpet or something like that, because it would make it faster instead of making it so like one person at a time, everybody can just do their thing. And as that happens, you see that Marin, she starts freaking out. I was like, oh my god, because she was the one that came up with the idea. But as time goes on and she's about to do like this little photo shoot thing, she starts freaking out. I was like, oh my god, everybody's looking at me. I can do it. Like, and it's very funny. It's very sweet. And like I said, it once again very humble for Marin. Like, and that's one thing I always love about Marin. It's like she's very down to earth, and she's not just like your perfect, amazing, like flawless, typical female character when it comes to these kind of series. She's very like, she has her weaknesses, and she has her own little like struggles when it comes to like, doing these kind of things that she's not like comfortable with. I mean, she's comfortable in doing it, but she's very shy, I guess, when it comes down to it, because she's like freaking out and whatnot. So I like those little kind of touches when it comes to the story. And as we see, she takes the pictures, everybody, they're like, yay. And eventually the guy that originally asked Marin to like take a picture, he's like, can I, like, it's his turn. And then he starts like just pretty much thinking of Haniel, and he starts just like whoa, this chick is like the embodiment of Haniel. And he starts just freaking out. It's like, whoa. And you see this dialogue where he starts thinking about like these dialogue scenes from the book, and because he's like, I guess he was in the fam like blogs or something like that, and he's just like like super into it. Like, he's like, whoa, this is insane. And as he prepares to take the picture of Marin does the the typical Haniel stare, and it's like phenomenal. It was fantastic. I think that Fukuda killed it with the paneling, and that just that big big panel of Marin smiling with the Haniel cosplay. It was just it gave you the feels of like, yeah, that's not Marin, that's Haniel. And that's something that I think Fukuda always has been very good at demonstrating when it comes to her with this series as a whole, is that it takes you away where you're like, that's not Marin wearing an outfit, that's the actual character she's presenting herself as. And I think that's mad props to Fukuda, just like always. Gotta praise her for her artwork. And as we continue, we see that pretty much everybody's freaking. I was like, oh my god, that's amazing. Like, even her heels, like, look, it even got God's bone over there. And like they just compliment Marin, and she gets bombarded. And he gets to the point where like Gojo, like, he's like, oh, I guess I'll stay in the background, and you guys can just like take pictures of her, because like I don't want to get in the way. And it's like, well, I guess while we're doing this, I'll like hit up the rest of the crew. So it seems like they're hinting at like pretty much Akira, Suzuka, and like the rest of the people that are going to be there, that they're probably going to show up in the next chapter. And probably by chapter 100 we'll wrap up this little arc of the comic section. And overall, I thought this chapter, like I said, it was very sweet and compressed. It was very like down to the point where it came to, okay, Marin wears the cosplay, looks fantastic, as we all knew. She gets bombarded by people, they want to take pictures. And a lot of chemistry between Gojo and Marin, where you see these two like love bugs just pretty much have these sweet little moments, especially when Marin just praising Gojo's craft and how amazing everything is. And you also get some bits and pieces of what's to come in the future, where we see the crew is going to show up, and like because that's what it seems like. After Marin's going to be bombarded with all these pictures, the rest of the crew is going to show up, and who knows, shenanigans are going to ensue. And I just hope that after this convention, and we see that Marin probably has like a moment with Gojo where she opens up, is like, hey Gojo, like I think I gotta talk to you about something, and probably the confession, because I think that we have built up, like, pretty much, I would go as far as to say, since the school festival arc, that Gojo has been evolving himself as a character. And I think that it culminated perfectly in this arc where Gojo went above his regular self and really pushed himself to the limits, and to make this fantastic cosplay. And I think that it really paid off at the end of the day, obviously. So I'm just looking forward to seeing where the story goes from here. Where are we gonna get a confession? My theory has always been that we're gonna get a confession by chapter 100. I think it would just be fitting, maybe, who knows, especially like New Year's Eve's coming up. Maybe by chapter 100, when it gets released, New Year's Eve is right up around the corner. So it only makes sense that either by chapter 99, maybe chapter 100, if you want to make it a big splash, you make them the confession. But hey, that's just me, my wishful thinking, and why not? But overall, I really, really love this week's chapter. I can't wait to see what the story goes from here. It was just a great chapter. It was just very sweet. It made my heart like bubble. But with all that being said, what did you guys think about this week's chapter? Did you guys love it? Did you guys hate it? Did you guys thought it was alright? Whatever you guys thought, let me know in the comment section down below. Also, thank you so much for sticking all the way to the end of the video. I really appreciate it. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more My Dress Up Darling, as well as more anime and manga content in the near future. But yeah, with that being said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye bye.